Thank you for joining us for another episode of MSU Realness. I'm your host, Ahjahnae LaQuer, and tonight I had the opportunity to sit down with two students and a professor to tell us how they felt after hearing Alicia Garza speak tonight at Goucher College. Alicia Garza is the co-founder of the Black Lives Matter movement, and tonight I had the students and professor share their opinion and what they learned after hearing her speak. So, what did you guys think? Did you enjoy it tonight?
Yes, I enjoyed it tonight. I think that Alicia Garza, she really represented, given valuable points of the movement that she co-created, and to help people that don't understand why she has the movement.
And what did you guys think?
I think it was a great time for Baltimore residents to hear her message, but also Goucher to hear her message. We have had a lot of students and faculty and staff who've been organizing since last year and even before that, and sort of figuring out how to change our own community as well as how to engage in the city. And I think it was really inspirational talk and time she had with students as well.
I felt like she was smart, she was loyal, she was grateful, and I appreciated her. And I love how informative she was. And she kept it real with the allies, and she had to let them know. And my favorite quote was, my favorite quote she used today was when she said that white people have to organize. They have to exercise their privileges, you feel me? They have to challenge other white people who are affected by whiteness.
And are any of you members of Black Lives Matter?
No, I'm not.
I'm a member of several organizations.
Of what?
Organizations.
Oh.
But it's not necessarily Black Lives Matter, but we're doing it. It's the same thing. It's just not Black Lives Matter. It's just organizations in Baltimore City. Like, it's this youth group at the GLCCB called the Gay Lesbian Community in Baltimore, and it's called Youth Against Oppression. And we're a youth who organize and advocate rights for black queer people, because you can't be pro-black and exclude queer folks.
Mm-hmm. Would you think about joining Black Lives Matter now that you heard her speak?
I mean, it's all the same thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Black Lives Matter is like omnipresent, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. Has it become any more real to you guys, what we're living in right now, like this period in time, with so many racial tensions, especially with the presidential election coming up and who could possibly be president? Is any of this becoming more real?
Listen, this has been going on for a long time. It's just that ever since Mike Brown, the Baltimore uprising, people my age, from my generation, the youth, we're starting to realize that this is what we live in, and this is what it's basically up to us to attack systems and institutions on how to fix these things. You get what I'm saying, fam? And it's not even only that. It's just that we're sick or tired of being sick or tired, like she said. It's like, for so long, we've been protesting and doing marches and all that ridiculous stuff, and nothing happened. It's been going on forever. So I feel like there aren't any new racial tensions this year. This has just been going on forever. It's just that now people are starting to take matters into their own hands, and we're starting to do things about it now. So it's going to be more. We're going to be more aggressive. No one will got time to be passive aggressive anymore. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to demand what we want. We're going to go into City Hall and occupy City Hall. We're going to go into like little debates and run a debate to protest. This stuff needs to be talked about, and we're tired of people pivoting around everything and like not changing any rules or laws or anything.
And Ms. Duncan, as a professor, do you see any divides within students as far as racial lines?
Well, we've had some really difficult conversations on campus beginning last year, and I think, all of these struggles have been happening. There is nothing new, as you were saying, but at the same time, I think there are a lot of folks, particularly a lot of white folks, who just didn't quite realize the struggles that some of our students were having and some of the experiences that they were experiencing. And so as people started telling their stories, there was a lot of just sort of shock and realization and sort of processing that. And I think we're now at a point where people are past that and able to start moving forward and trying to think about how we can really transform our community. And part of that effort has been to try to diversify our community on campus even more along a number of different lines, not just racial, but religious as well. And I think that totally changes conversations in classrooms. It changes the kind of student groups that we have and the kind of support systems that all of our students have. So I'm excited for the changes that will come and to keep these difficult conversations happening, because they clearly need to.
And what will keep this from being a conversation that happened and will be forgotten about a week from now?
Well, I think our students will keep it from stagnating. I mean, hopefully the faculty and staff will too. But yeah, I mean, as she said, I think youth are now, not just our future. And so that's where so much of this change has come from, and where it will continue to come from. And that doesn't mean it needs to stay with the youth, because, everyone else needs to be a part as well. But that's where the energy is. So we need to support that and let that happen, I think, as faculty and staff.
And I feel like more people are starting to get involved, and more black folks from our generation are starting to get involved, because it's trendy, and this stuff needs to be trendy, because the anti-black propaganda is trendy, but blackness is not trendy. And now when you get on social media, you can see that it's trendy, and that's a really good thing, because it destroys the anti-blackness. So now it's helping black folks to love each other.
Mm-hmm. You mean like with Black Twitter and hashtags
There
associated
you go. Like when
with it?
Beyonce did Formation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were saying that what she did it for just to make money. That's a good thing. Let me tell you why. Because if she did it was trendy, more black folks are starting to love themselves now, because it's destroying the anti-black. And it only takes someone you look up to help you with that.
Teresa, what if the conversation tonight are you going to take back to Morgan?
That black people, we need to come together and stick together. I guess I could say my thoughts. As a black person, I feel like you always have to strive and be better because of the color of your skin. And I say this through experience,
So I have a question. Mm-hmm. So Morgan, do you guys have safe spaces for black people to do that type of stuff with one another?
Everything's a safe place. It's just,
Good point.
are people focused on that?
Right.
A lot of people are worried about the wrong things, and it's like, how do you get people to come together? Because even I was like, all right, because it was a few of my friends, and I was like, what do you guys think needs to change? Like, what would you want to see change? Then we just started talking, but you have to have those people that are going to provoke those conversations. Otherwise, you'll be talking about what you saw on Twitter last night, or, what new sneakers came out or something like that. So I think that we learned a lot here tonight, and I just wanted to thank you guys all for coming and taking the time to talk with us. And thank you for watching MSU Realness. I'm Ahjahnae LaQuer, and I'll see you next time.